4. Just kidding.
Well, you can't let these Puerto Ricans come in anywhere.
Hey.
I know we had you guys nervous. I know it, but that's cool because Midway Radio is back, baby. It's Carlos. And this week, we're going to go ahead and take a moment to talk to a fantastic dancer, even though I have never seen her dancing. I just know it. You guys, hold on. Here we go. Lady Champ is here. Welcome.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, welcome. Welcome to Midway Radio. Midway Radio. It's like the Oscars, but instead of people of color winning Oscars, we have DJs. DJs like Rashawn, Sean Doe.
What's wrong with this guy? Oh my God. What's up, everybody? Jesus Christ.
Sean.
Yo, chilling, man, chilling.
Oh, DJs like the infamous DJ Risky Business.
Oh yeah, I'm in. Hello.
DJ Large shirt.
I was gonna say something.
What a bunch of
I'm trying to be grown.
Oh, Lady Champ, just so you know, we can't swear on here. Like, you know, like, I work with a bunch of fucking pricks.
Speaking of being triggered, Ryan Brockmeyer.
I'm not sure about that transition, but
when he's angry.
I wasn't for the record. I wasn't either. I just knew we needed to get everyone in here because only God knows where the hell we're going to go this week. We're all back. Welcome, Miss Lady Champ, Killer. Do we have any updates?
The biggest update is that the director has a new computer now.
Somebody get some new sounds.
You guys are the DJs. Get on it.
I know.
Yeah, so I don't know how public I went with it a few weeks ago, but the video card went out in my main computer that I use to do all the editing and all the stuff for Midway. So yeah, I had to make a serious decision and decided to get a new computer instead of getting a really old computer fixed. So I did that. I'm back up and running. Vignettes are back tomorrow. We unfortunately had to take a couple weeks off because I couldn't finish editing them because I couldn't see them. So
it happens.
Tomorrow is back to vignettes with Mr. Steady Serve.
Oh, beautiful.
We got Steady Serve talking a little bit about the writing and recording of the Time. So that'll be a cool one.
Awesome.
You know who we got on Thursday?
No.
Thingamajiggy, aka
yeah. Big.
That's dope.
That's fucking great.
Anyway, those are the main updates that we have for this week.
Lovely.
There you go. That's what you get. Thanks, everyone. Have a good week. Just playing. Hey, Miss Lady Champ, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, chilling at home.
So, for those folks that don't know, you subscribe to the hip hop way of life, if you will. Look at you see, I'm all grown. I use big words. So what got you into well, actually, let's do this. What part of hip hop is your concentration in?
My element is b-boying, breaking.
Whoa.
Yes. Love.
Did you have like did you go to dance classes and stuff, or you saw a cardboard box and couldn't fight it?
Well, in the 80s, my cousins were b-boys, called Planet Rockers from Humboldt Park, and they used to break. And I used to watch them break on cardboard on the corner of North Avenue and Spalding or Sawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to just sit like this, like on the floor, and be like, "Teach me, I'll do it. Just teach me." And they're like, "Get out of here, you're a girl." And I used to be like, "Damn, that's messed up." So in the 90s, I used to be a house dancer, and I used to love to battle. And then I saw b-boying come back, and I was like, nope, I'm doing it now. No one can tell me nothing. I'm doing it. So I met my crew, and it was it. I was in love, and I'm still in love.
That's awesome.
Nice. Am I going to continue to ask questions? I don't.
I can go.
No, I mean, I'll go. I'm hesitant because I don't want to like.
Well, Miss Lady Champ, let me
Hey,
first
neighbor.
say, I am so love. I'm so happy. As for people don't know, we live close to each other, and we see each other at the gym.
Yeah.
I see her breaking, practicing at the gym, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, celebrity alert, Lady Champ's in the building. So people don't know, we haven't interviewed you yet, but you are, your interview's coming up soon. But I do want to talk a little bit about, and these are questions that we will probably definitely get into, but like, so you obviously are one of the top breakers in Chicago. You're one of the most known breakers in the city, in the Midwest. What crews were you a part of?
Chicago Champions crew. Only crew. Now I'm like honorary members in lots of crews, but that's like my only crew here.
Sure. And as far as like any other elements, did you ever dabble in anything else, or did you strictly stay as part of a b-boy, b-girl type situation?
Nah, when I was little, my cousins, the ones that were breaking, were also doing graffiti, but they wouldn't teach me. And I was like, man, I could probably be really good at this. But I didn't try. Like, as I got older, I was just like stuck on dancing, and my heart's still there.
So you wanted to do graffiti?
I did. Well, you'll see that I am in my book. I have the story how my cousins were like so influential in hip hop that I didn't even know. We didn't know it was hip hop. We didn't know what it was at the time.
Right.
But we were like so in love with it. Me and my brothers, and we'll be like, man, we want to dance like that. We want to do art like that, But we didn't know that it was going to turn out to be like what it is now.
Right. So I know you probably, if you wanted to dabble in graffiti, that you already had a name that you probably wanted to write or tag. What was your name? You didn't have a name yet?
No. And if I did, I'd probably stick to Lady Champ, something like that.
Well,
but I wouldn't. But I've never thought of if I did, what name would I use? Never thought about it. Just Champ.
L Champ.
Yeah. Undercover. I'm undercover.
And how did the Lady Champ name come to be?
Everybody in the crew, they had their alias, and I was the only one that didn't have one. And I was like, man, I need a name. So it was me and my friend Antoine, he's in the crew. And we were like, I was like, I want a name that's like Chicago, but represent champion, but yet be girly. And we were coming up with all types of names. And I was like, nah. And it was either between Trinity and Lady Champ or Lady Champion. That's what I was saying. I was like, Lady Champ, Lady Champion, Lady Champ. Yeah, that's it. So I stuck with Lady Champ.
That's kind of how I came up with Midway. Like, no, for real. That's kind of how it just stuck in my head, and I was just like Midway, mid, and then it just came out. So there we go.
It was meant to be.
That's how greatness is. That's how greatness comes about.
Hey, sometimes greatness hits you right in the face.
Yeah.
We spent so long trying to come up with a name, and he just blurts it out, and we were like,
right.
Holy fuck, that's it.
So you live in Humboldt Park? Did you
I grew up in Humboldt Park.
You grew up in Humboldt Park. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Are you Puerto Rican?
Yes.
Cool.
So I was born and raised in Humboldt Park. I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican, so have an accent.
Yeah, girl. Throw a little Cuban in there, and you got me.
Cuban?
Yeah, my dad.
I want to
is from
go
Cuba.
there.
Me too.
You've never been?
Never.
Oh, I'm
I
going.
mean, technically, I haven't, but we can say.
I
some
know, you
gross
can go
jokes about
now.
my dad growing up there, but yeah,
I
no,
wanna go.
that's. And for those folks that are listening to the show or that'll watch the show later, and they're not 100% familiar with Chicago and the areas, Humboldt Park is where all the Puerto Ricans hang out.
Well, we all grew up.
Yeah. I grew up just north of there, but yeah, it's a really cool area, and that's when you see pictures of Chicago, there's this big metal Puerto Rican flag that goes up over the street.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I mean, we got Javi B fucking Avenue now, and dude.
Yeah. You've got one of the most Chicago things ever, the Jibarito.
Yeah, we do. Everyone who comes from out of town wants a Jibarito from here because for some reason
it's the Boricuan.
Yeah, for some reason they're just legendary. But I love Humboldt Park. I always go back.
Even the food trucks that are in the middle of the trailers, I don't even know what the hell you would call them because they're not always a full-on truck. But even the trailers there serving up fiery food, just deliciousness.
Yep.
So I wanted to ask you, Lady Champ, you kind of mentioned it, and we definitely want to talk about it. So we might as well jump into it. You have a book coming out, and we'd really like you to kind of talk about that and then make sure, obviously, we want to tell people when it's coming and where they can get it. Your story is ridiculously interesting, and it is, and she'll explain a little bit why in a moment, but I'm just going to go out and kind of just say you are your story can be so influential to so many people and so important. So I'm very glad that you felt the urge to put it out. I think and we can't wait to interview you and have, you tell it for it to be kind of a part of Midway, but for the book and people to get the real detail and the real nitty gritty of what happened. And your story is so inspiring. It's one of those things that can make people, it's a perspective story because it'll make you feel like anything you think you have a problem with or you think you can't do, read her book and see what real humans can do. And
that's what I want. I want people to be inspired, even though I'll tell you stories later how I've inspired so many people. It doesn't matter what issue it is in their lives. I hear the stories and it's insane. That's what I want. I want that, you get that out of yourself.
Well, tell a little bit about just some of the struggle that you've overcome.
So in 2007, life was good. I mean, I was working, I was partying, I was, I was boxing, I was breaking at the time. I was training to go pro. Life was beautiful, then one day paralyzed,
What?
Yeah, so this whole week, it was in April, the last week of April. On a Tuesday, I was gonna go out. Or I did go out with Tech, my brother. Hi, Tech. And we were going to Sub T. It was a Tuesday night. We were going every single night and every single Tuesday. And that day we got to Sub T, and I had a headache from here, and it went through here down my spinal cord, and I got chills. I kept getting chills, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. I got chills and I got a headache, and I told him I can't dance today. So he dropped me off. And then that night I was itching, and I moved into a new apartment. So I assumed it was probably spiders or something. I don't know. The next day I went to work and I was itching. My neighbor, she was like, "Why are you itching?" And I was like, "I don't know." So I took off my shirt. I had a little shirt under, and I had hives everywhere. I didn't know what they were because I never had hives. And then my manager gave me allergy pills. I went away. The next day, I could barely lift my feet. And when I went to work, I asked the manager if I can go to the hospital. She said, yeah, because I wasn't even able to, like, I wasn't myself. I was, I'm always hyper and active. And that day I was just like really down. I went to the ER. The doctor told me I had allergies and it was nothing to worry about. And I was like, but I could barely walk. He's like, if it gets worse, just come back. So I went home and something still was wrong. So I went to another ER and that's when they found it. They took an MRI and a CAT scan and they saw the virus attacking my spinal cord.
Whoa.
Wow.
So they put me on treatments right away. And then I was there for like, I think a week. And then from there, they sent me to University of Chicago, where I was for like, I think 3 weeks. And it's crazy because when I was there, the doctors came into my room. It was a bunch of doctors. And they were like, hey, Miss Nunez, we're just here to let you know that you're never going to walk again. And I was
they
like,
they did not say it all nonchalant like that.
Yes.
Be like, oh, well, you remember how you used to walk? Like,
yeah,
what the hell is that?
I was like, but my first reaction, I was like, do you know who I am? And
Right.
they were like, he looks at the chart and he's like, Miss Nunez? And I was like, I'm Lady Champ and I'll be walking in 2 weeks. And he was like, you don't know how severe this is. He started going into details of this, that, he shows me the picture of my MRI and how swollen my spinal cord was. And I kept telling him, I was like, watch, you'll see. And I still wasn't walking after 2 weeks. So from there, they sent me to a rehab center where I was supposed to learn how to live in a wheelchair. I was there for like 3 months. And finally, they sent me home. And when I got home, I knew, I was like, this is it. Now I can, focus and really,
do it your
work on
way.
this. Yeah. And that's what I did. I took all the tips and advice that I learned from the rehab center. And then I took that with me home and I started to go to work.
Damn.
Wow. How
So
long were you
basically
feeling?
it pays it's a good thing to be hard-headed. Be like, nah, that's not an acceptable answer.
Well, it's not acceptable,
Exactly.
And the sad thing is that I would stroll through every, past every room at the rehab center. Everybody, young, old, everything, every race, they would just be on their bed because they were told they were never going to walk. They don't even try. That's it. I was like, nah, I'm a big girl.
today.
You can't tell me.
The only people that, and that just shows you like how people tend to defeat themselves.
Easy, just like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I could go into their room with a lab coat and they're going to think I'm a doctor and just listen to me. No, I was like, I refuse to believe that. I refuse to give up. Even if it was going to happen, I refuse to give up. I'm a fighter.
I feel like you should go to the hospitals and go to that ward where people get told that news and tell them your story.
And I think with the book, it would be easier for me to get a job like that and get into places like that. Because that's what I want to do. I want to be a motivational speaker.
Nice.
So is the book strictly about you overcoming that to get to where you need to be, or is the book more of your entire life, or what is the book about?
No, I have some, of course, story of me breaking because I was breaking during this and after this, and of course, that's me. But it's mostly focusing on the how I overcame paralysis. Like, just don't give up,
Right.
So it's more about that for me.
Right.
It's a story of hope and actually reality, where and how people, and I haven't even read it, but I can already tell you, like, this is a very hopeful story. It's very positive, and I genuinely love that you're putting positivity and positive energy in the world with your story.
Right.
I always give love, but it was a struggle. Learning was a struggle, but it was kind of like with breaking. When you learn a new move, you got to continuously do it until you get the hang of, the hang of it, and then continuously do it till you start mastering it and be a pro. So I was used to that. So learning how to walk and all that, it was hard because I was like, oh, I know what to do and how to do it. I just can't do it. You have no strength. Or nothing's moving, So I was like, I could do this. So every single day, practice like 1,000 times. Even when I think about it, like when I was writing, I would get so exhausted mentally just thinking about what I went through. Like it was hard, and I didn't cry, I didn't complain. I was a champ. Hence,
A lady champ. A lady champ. That's right. That's right. Hard-headed Boricuas out here.
Yes.
He clearly can't tell you to do nothing.
Right. So, growing up as a partial Puerto Rican, my parents were somewhat strict, and by somewhat I mean very, like violently strict. What was your support system like? Number one, when you first got into dancing, and then when this hit.
Dancing wise, everybody was like, that's a pastime, just give it up. Everybody.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, but I love it. Why am I going to give up something I love?
Right.
It doesn't make sense. So then you'll be happy, but I won't. Like, it
Right.
didn't make sense to me. And I was like, whatever. And people would be like, you're grown. And people to this day, some people, not like before, are like, because everybody else that said don't do it, and now they're like, I'm so proud of you. You've kept up with it. You held it down. Now everybody's like that. But once in a while, you'll get, somebody that's like, well, you're 42. Shouldn't you be giving it up? And I'm
Right.
like, you're like 20 and you act like you're 60. No, I'm not giving it up.
Right.
No.
Exactly.
No, but people do like once in a while tell me that, and I'm just like, wow, I don't get it.
People are quick to give up on their dreams and stuff. Like,
no,
why, bro? You're here for a limited amount of time. Like, you gotta go 110% every day.
And that's what I tell people. I say life is so short and so beautiful. Man, why are you sad? Why are you thinking about this? Why are you mad? Why, why aren't you trying this? Why are you limiting yourself? I'm always that person. Like, don't tell me a story, because I'll be like, why? No, you're gonna go do it now.
Not gonna know. Yeah, girl.
Like, yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about your dancing career, and you got into it, right? And then, did you get a lot of traveling done? That's basically what I'm trying to get to. Did you get to travel a lot because of dancing and stuff?
I swear it was so bizarre, because the easiest way to say it, and it's weird, I've traveled so much off of a street dance. Like, that's like a blessing that a lot of people will never experience. People don't even leave their state or their neighborhood, and for me to go, and that's true. That's so true. Like, I talk to people and they're like, oh, I never leave. And I'm like, whoa, that's sad. The world is so big.
I get yelled at by some of my friends that have like address books and stuff. They say, you owe me a new address book. I'm like, why? They say, because all the C category under my name, like they have addresses from like Chicago, Miami, Germany, LA, San Francisco. They're like, you owe me another book.
That's awesome. But I love traveling, and for free off of something you love to do.
Yeah,
right.
It's a blessing. I'm so thankful. So thankful.
What's the biggest show you've ever been a part of?
I'm gonna say my favorite thing is, it wasn't televised, but when I spoke at Duke University. When I was in high school, I used to wear Duke and Georgetown. So for me to speak there was like mind blowing in the first place. I was already mind blown, but to have a line from the stage going out the door around the corner, to me was breathtaking. I was like, wait, I love Duke and they love me back. Oh my God. Like, it was the dopest. I mean, from the scholars to people were just lined up and people were crying, and they were just, because in the documentary I'm in, All the Ladies Say by Rockefeller.
Look at you throwing some things in. Okay, hang on. I got to write that down.
That's why I was there. And so when they saw my part in the film, people were just blown away, because you see me, we started filming before this happened. So you see me before paralysis, during, like, she caught everything. Like, when I got to the hospital, like, they got everything. And then after, so you see me dancing, going crazy, and then you see me completely chilled out, paralyzed, and you see me dancing again. So I had lines of people crying, and I'm like, don't cry, like, be happy. Yeah, but that was, to me, the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah. And how did that come about? Was it just someone heard your story and they're like, we got to get you to come talk to these lazy ass kids?
No, well, my friend Rockefeller from Full Circle in New York, she was like, Champ, I'm gonna do a film about like 7 of us or 8 of us, whatever, women. I think 7 of us, women in hip hop. So to see how we live. This was her documentary before this happened to me. So I was like, yeah, you could come to my house and see how I'm with my kids. And then, so she goes to somebody else's house, see what's going on in their life, whatever. And during the filming, this happens. So during the filming, I end up paralyzed. Like, everybody's shocked. The community is going crazy. You see me in a wheelchair. You see me doing interviews. And then at the end of the film, you see me walking again. But yeah, it was Rock's idea. She just happened to catch this.
That's crazy.
That's
wow. What's the name of it again?
It's called All the Ladies Say.
Okay.
We showed it at the Lincoln Center, and they were like, girl, you need to have a movie. Like, the whole committee came up to me, and they were like, you need to do this, you need to do that. I was like, So they were like, you need your own movie. And I was like, wow. For the committee at the Lincoln Center to tell me that, that was crazy.
That's dope. So from the time that you got diagnosed, how long was it before you were back dancing again?
I'm gonna say it was around November, because this happened in April, and I could barely walk, but I started going to the gym, and I started, just a tiny little bit of up rocking, and then I'll sit on the floor, and then I'll just try to move my feet a certain way. And honestly, this is so weird, but when I couldn't move at all, and I was on the floor, because I was paralyzed from my rib cage down, so I could move my arms, So I would lay on the floor or sit on the floor, and I felt so powerful, because when I'm on the floor is when I'm more comfortable, because I could break. And then I'll be like, oh, but I can't. Oh, but I can't. So eventually, when I was able to move, like about November, like, enough, I'll do or try something simple, and I'll be like, oh my God, just ready and excited and hyped, just ready, knowing that something was going to come out of that.
Wow. So as you're saying, doing it for the love, doing a street dance, a street art form, what do you make of the talk about possibly this being an Olympic event? Did you guys hear about that? That's been the news. It's been in the news the last
I saw that
week or so.
It's like yay and nay. Like, I don't feel like we have to compete like out there, because we already compete. We already have our own events and whatever.
Right.
And I feel too like it won't be as underground, even though you still will find underground, but it won't be. But then again, it can be such a big deal. It can be, you have kids already inspired, but more kids will be inspired to know the culture, to do it, to see it. But I don't know, it's like half and half. Like, I'm happy, but I'm like, but a little something is like, I don't know. But I'm for it.
It's kind of like it's that point where it's like, how much, like, we all try to cling on to the culture and want, but then it's at some point it gets to that point, like, just like now you see that, what is it, that Drop the Mic show or so, whatever it is that Method Man is on, and like stuff like that. It's like,
it totally happened.
What's that?
I mean, it totally happened to almost all forms of hip hop.
Right. So it's kind of like, at what point do you stop being mad or stop saying that they're appropriating stuff or whatever, and just kind of be like, I'm gonna do me, and they can do what they do.
It's whatever they feel that they can make money off of. I mean, they nobody cares. Those people, nobody. I mean, I'm not saying nobody. I'm saying the people that are involved. None of those people give a shit about the culture.
It's true.
They give a shit about.
Of course.
Making
they give
money.
a shit about the money that they can make. And it's the same thing with it going to the Olympics. That means that they can do X Games type stuff, and it can expand into other arenas where people will pay to go see it. And then you involve sponsors. So it's a double-edged sword, because you could have tons of commercialization of that dance along, but the benefit is you could have kids making millions being sponsored by major, you know.
And that's what I hope. I hope they don't start getting ripped off and stuff, because that's not right either.
I think for the most part, the stars, the kids, the standouts will make the money, like your Sean. I mean, it's the same scenario. I put it in the same boat as something like skateboarding and snowboarding, right? Yeah. A kid like Shaun White, right, who is this mega star. Mm-hmm. I mean, if it didn't go Olympic level or X Games, then this kid, nobody cares about him, you know.
Right. But I think the point to be made with this discussion is, yeah, you want to put it in the Olympics. Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. But if you are a dancer, if you're in hip hop in any way and you're starting to acquire all of this attention, make sure that you got people on your side that are watching out for you. Go make your money. Yeah. Don't be silly. Right? Because when Lawrence Welk was on TV, nobody said, oh, look at him appropriating culture, playing that ukulele or whatever the hell it was that he was doing way back in the day. Shout out to my grandma, rest in peace. She made me watch that stuff.
I was an accordion.
Right? But the thing is, especially kids that come from the streets, you tell them, hey, I'm going to give you a pair of Jordans and a t-shirt with your face on it, and they're good with that. Meanwhile, people are making all kinds of money on the side. Look at college football. Look, college sports in general.
College sports in general, yeah.
College sports in general is the biggest heist ever. Mm-hmm. Wow. Ever. Those people are making billions of dollars, and these athletes are getting paid. That's why going into these things, if you're a b-boy, b-girl, going out there getting your your break on, all that stuff, go get paid. Don't be doing this shit for free.
On a good note,
drop the mic.
if it does continue and it does get approved, we get to at least witness the beginning.
Right. Yes.
And that's history in the making.
And how many things in history have we been able to say we saw this from the very beginning? And then to where it blew up, because there's a lot of things that happened where people saw the beginning, but they didn't quite get to see the end or the payoff, right? We get to see it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing my motivational speaking at no, just kidding.
I'm all for the culture advancing in any element. And the ability for people to make money doing what they love, as long as it's respected and the people who paved the way are respected.
Right.
Well, the great thing too is that the judges are actual legit b-boys and b-girls. And everybody has a reputation, and they're working on a system, and so I'm happy about that. That's something to be proud of, at least.
As long as we're controlling,
exactly.
we are controlling the culture, because I mean, we see what happened with hip hop music. Like, they were like, okay, it's never gonna go anywhere, so nobody cared about what we were talking about, and then it got super big, and they were like, okay, cool, it's not going anywhere, so we have to monetize this, and we'll tell them what to talk about. So in the 90s, when they told us what to talk about, which was money, cars, then that became the norm. And we weren't able to teach the children that it wasn't about this. And we can tell them, like, okay, cool, you can talk about this and get paid, because they wasn't paying for that. So now we have what we have now, which is probably a subculture of that culture. And now the old heads are like, yo, that's not hip hop. I mean, it is, but we just didn't control it like we should have. So, I mean, it looks like if we can get the breakers to control the, you know, the art, like the art is there, then it'll be cool. But if we allow them to control it, then
no, and then they're all legit, and they're, you know, it's good, and they're gonna stay involved. So that, and even if it's not them, someone, you know, that we all know that somehow, you know, it's gonna work out. But we
gotta be a little stingy. We gotta be a little stingy with that.
I mean, it's ours. Nobody else created it.
Right.
Right. Well, maybe this could be a new career for you. You could be a coach. You can be an Olympic coach.
Wow. That's dope.
That'd be cool.
She's like, yes, available.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, since you do speak and you kind of have those leadership qualities, have you ever thought about coaching youth for or do you do it?
I teach at the gym because there's people who come in from out of town. I'll be like, yeah, I have space at my gym, so I teach them at the gym. People who live here, random people I run into at the gym, they're like, oh my god, and then they're like, can you teach me this? I'm like, yeah, I don't mind, I don't care, I love teaching, I'm good at teaching.
Lovely, that's awesome.
Oh, Risky's losing weight.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, what time you
I better not ever catch Risky trying to spit on his head. No. You ruined those bangs. We're fighting.
So you mentioned earlier that when you wanted to get into it, your cousins were kind of giving you shit about it as they were doing it. So when you finally got into it, were they the ones that taught you, or how did you learn?
I first ran into my crew while I was battling another crew. And I was like, damn, they break. I was like, I got to meet these guys. And I was like, who are you? I want to be in your crew. And they're like, oh, you can't just get down with this, you know? And I was like, whatever. So my friend knew them. And so we all started hanging out. And then I started practicing. And I was like, this is insane. Like, and not for nothing, it did change my life because I used to fight a lot. I used to like fighting. I thought it was a sport. And once I started b-boying, I was like, I don't got time. I got to learn how to do these windmills. Like, my head was somewhere else. So my life went this way.
Have you ever tried to figure out how to windmill and then kick someone in the head?
Easy.
She's like, you didn't say nothing but a word.
She's like, easy peasy.
That was hilarious. Oh.
No hesitation.
Nope.
So
by the way, wait, just so you know, I do give back to my Humboldt Park community every third Monday of the month. The food depository truck comes, we unload the truck, we bag all the food, and we hand out the food. That's every third Monday of the month. So if you guys want to go, get there at 8:30. But I do that once a month, except January because that's the coldest month. So we don't do it that day. I don't live in Humboldt Park, but my heart is always there.
Right. I did a couple of fundraisers out there where we're out pounding the pavement trying to get money. Like when the Dominican Republic got smashed back like 10 years ago, I think it was. Yeah, we were out there trying to get money for the Dominican folks.
My people.
That's right. That's right. We got to take care of our people. Current administration don't give no dams about our people. But that's cool. We'll get it. We'll take care of our own.
Yep, we get it done.
So when does the book come out, Lady Champ?
I don't know. It's in the editor's hands. So whenever she's done editing, she'll get paid, and then boom.
Do you have a publisher and everything? Or is it going to be self-published?
I think I'm going to do self-publish, but I'm still looking into that. But yeah, once she's done, everything else will come easy. Like the cover, the end, that, everything will be done. Yeah. I just got to finish it.
No, I'm so excited for you too. And I think I can speak for the team. We're proud of you as a Chicagoan, as a B-girl, as part of the culture. We're going to be really excited to get your interview locked in. We're glad to have you here. But your story, like I said, is so motivating for people. So we're very proud of you.
Thank you.
You ever just walk into a wheelchair store and just start kicking?
No, but
like kicking wheelchairs, like, man, fuck this wheelchair.
No, but I used to do tricks on my wheelchair because I already learned everything they had to teach me, and I was like, I want to learn how to do that. I started learning tricks on it. It was awesome.
Yeah. Nice.
But no, when I started learning how to take a step or two, maybe 3 steps, I called the wheelchair company and I was like, you can come
get your shit.
She was like, no, because you might need it. I go, no, I don't want it. I'm not going to need it. Come get it. She's like, no, just make sure, do a week or two. I was like, I don't need it. Come get it. They picked it up. Nice. And the struggle was real, but I still did it. Yeah. You got to push yourself, man. Like,
yeah, you did. Good job.
Yeah. I ain't going to lie. I feel a lot, but hey.
Yeah, but that's when you go into a breakdancing move and you'd be like, I meant to do that. I meant to do that.
Bam.
Be like, lady, you're in the middle of Target. What the hell are you doing?
Bam.
And now, I mean, it's just crazy. And now you're back fucking full swing dancing. That's nuts. I mean, the story's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's awesome because even traveling, it's insane. Like, everybody's like, oh my God, Lady Champ. I get letters from people overseas, broken English, and they're just like, oh my God, I saw the film, Lady Champ. Oh my God. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you. So it's like when you get letters from people overseas, you're legit. Like, you're like, oh.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I can't read it, but.
Yeah. I tried.
I want to ask you about, so since you're Chicago hip hop, and who is, I'm just curious, so outside of yourself, who's your favorite dancer in Chicago?
She like, don't start no beat.
No, my favorite all-time dancers were 2 guys in my crew, Eric and Antoine, and I always wanted to be like them just because they had like this finesse and this flavor, and they were swift, and they were yet like so hardcore, but like, oh man, so fresh. So every time people ask me like, who do you want to break like, I'm like, those guys,
Yeah.
And they were just they had that real old school flavor, and they were just like ill and creative, and yeah, I always wanted to be like them. But then again, I always wanted to be like everybody in my crew. They were all dope.
That's awesome.
They're all ways,
Very humble. Yeah.
Message literally everyone on your crew just sent a message saying, yeah, girl, way to answer that question.
So let me ask you another hip hop question. And I mean, obviously you're a sub T girl, so you've seen everybody come through. Who's your favorite, what's your favorite Chicago rapper?
I'm gonna name 3 right now that I can think of right now.
Yeah.
Epidemic, Sam I Am, and Spartacus.
Okay. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's do you have a favorite Chicago hip hop record?
Anything by Common. I love him. I always loved him. I remember that there was a hip hop radio station on the radio back in the day on AM, I think it was, and it was a
9:50 AM.
I think so. And this is before Common was real big, like at all, and he would have his song and then the guy's song and then the Common song, and then every time the Common song went on, I would record with the cassette, and then I had this like little ghetto cassette. It was all broken up, like commercials. But it was so good. He won, by the way. I called. I was like, I vote for Common. I loved him. And then I got to meet him. That was so awesome too. Oh, it was awesome.
Where was that at?
What was that a situation?
At one of his video release parties. forgot which song it was. You accuse him. You accuse him.
Oh, Testify, yeah.
Yeah, that one. And then he got there, and then I was like, there was nobody there, and I got there early, and I was like, I can't wait to meet him. And it was me and Pilot and Tech, and we're like, oh my God, I can't wait to meet him. Then the room got filled up, and I was like, oh no, I hope I get to meet him. And then there was a line, and I was like, I'm never gonna meet him. I was in the line, and I was all sad. And then I don't know if you guys remember Shabazz from the basement.
Yeah.
He grabbed me like this, and he like pulled me into the front of the line, and I got to talk and sit with Common. It was so dope. Yeah, it was so dope.
Message in from Common just now. He said, "Yeah, girl, way to answer that question."
Yeah, he's my favorite. My favorite. And my favorite album was Resurrection.
Yes, of course.
That's a good one.
I'm not sure. I don't see the time on when he posted this, so I'm not exactly sure in what part of the conversation it was relating to. But Al Tamper said, and then you teamed up with Pilot and started hitting the club scene to Sun Drunk Mangs.
Oh, that was, I think, Pilot's my partner in crime. She's Chicago Champions crew. I know we went to Sub T one time, and there was the guys from Jackass were there. So we started battling them. I don't know if that's who he meant.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the guys from Jackass here filming, and then we were in the club, and then we just started going at it with them, and they were like, "Oh my God, these girls are crazy," because we kept coming at them.
Right. Like that on Jackass.
Right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if they were recording, but I know we just kept coming at them. Like, what? Why are you in my city? What?
Right.
What club was this?
Sub T.
Oh, they were at Sub T?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
They're
cool.
like, no, we're good. We're going to go dance with these bulls.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
I'm steady trying to find a link to buy the documentary so we can talk about that.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Where'd you find it at?
I see.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll try to track it down.
I mean, I can get you the link from Rock, so I can get it and just send it to you. But I don't know where.
No, that doesn't do me any good if I find it first.
Oh.
Damn. Take that, Rock. Take that, Rock.
Okay, detective.
So what's next for you now?
I don't know.
You're just going to focus on the book right now, yeah?
Yeah, because that's what I want to do. I want to travel, so I just want to travel. Just go everywhere and I want to speak everywhere. So I think the book will help me get to where I want to be.
Yeah, I think you should.
You're totally ready for it too. So,
what's your favorite spot to travel to outside of the city?
Punta Cana. Hip hop wise.
No. It doesn't have to be hip hop.
Oh, okay. Of course, Punta Cana, Puerto Rico, Miami, Texas. I love Texas.
What part of Texas?
Houston, H-Town.
Okay. Yeah, I drove through there. I was good. You can keep it. You can keep it. That's yours.
Oh Lord.
I'll keep it.
Austin's dope, though. I like Austin.
Yeah,
I've been to Austin too. That's where I judged the first B-girl city. Hawaii is my dream vacation.
Oh, girl! If you go to youtube.com/Coconut Justice, you will see some Hawaii footage.
That's where I want to go.
Yeah, Hawaii is legit. Like if
my friend lives there.
If you want to take a break from like the Caribbean islands, go out there, and it's a very nice step down. Right? Because you and me, we're used to, you show up and you eat all the food and talk all that mess. Over there, it's a lot like that. It's just a little bit different. But yeah, it's like, it feels like home. It feels like home. Yeah.
Well, my friend, she lives there. She's like, Champ, DJ Sapphire. She's like, Champ, you can stay with me. I have a house. And I'm like, stop, just stop. Because I'm thinking I could do it. And my dream is to surf. I just want to surf all day. For some reason, I swear I know how to surf. I don't know how or why, but I know how to surf.
Yeah, I believe if I believe anybody can go ahead and just do what they decide they want to do, it's going to be you.
Right.
I swear, I just want to surf. I want to be there from morning to till it gets like sunset maybe, and then I just want to surf.
That's a lot of surfing.
I'll
go ahead and give it to you. That's a lot of surfing.
Surf. She's going to surf, and then a shark's going to come up, and she's going to turn around and go, "Oh, wait!" And then she's going to go like this. She's going to go, excuse me, do you know who I am?
And then she's gonna do it, and then she's gonna do a helicopter on her surfbord and kick him in the face.
A helicopter on the board.
You're right. But that's like, I'm not even scared of the sharks. I just want to surf. Like,
sharks don't want anything to do with us.
Exactly. Well, not with me.
I surfed for a long time, and I've never, like, you know what's cool for real is if I used to surf in the morning when I lived in LA. And I would jump in the water and the sun would come up, and we're catching some waves, and the dolphins would come and surf with us.
Wow.
Yeah, it was legit.
Is it hard? I really want to do this.
Okay, so the big thing would be to make sure that you have enough sticky wax on top of the board, because it's going to be hard enough as it is, but if your feet are slipping, it's done. You're fighting it, right? So put a good coat of wax on there,
and it's really all balanced, right? You're just moving.
It's like, yeah, like once you get it, it makes sense, but like
it's like breaking.
Yeah, exactly. And the cool thing is, like, you have the balance from breaking, right? And you know, and you have body awareness. Yeah. So you have the body awareness. So when you pop up on the board and you're down low, now you have to, number one, the floor is moving. And two, you have to, like, not only are you trying to keep your balance forward and backward of you, but side to side of you too.
I got this.
Yeah. What and you don't even need that big a wave. Like maybe a wave like to start with, waves that are like around from your knee to your waist. That's all you need, and you can get up and everything works. I've been to where
I'm gonna be surfing crazy.
I'm waiting for the video. As a matter of fact, hold up, I got you up on Facebook right now. We're gonna be friends because I want to see the video.
Okay. I'm gonna be like tag.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a good time. You talking this mess. I'm gonna go ahead and crush your dreams real quick. You talking this mess about from the sunrise to the sunset. You're gonna take a lot of breaks because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But it's worth it, man. It's one of my favorite things that I've ever done.
Then I'll have to come back home and I'm gonna cry.
Why no. There's a documentary I watched on surfing where they were surfing in Lake Michigan, and I almost did it. Like a few times when I went back home. But even up I'm trying to remember. She's like, "No, have you been in that water?" Yeah, and I had all my shots too.
Thank God.
Like up by Montrose or something. Where were they surfing at, Carlos?
Up north of Montrose. Like
Evanston?
Surfing into rocks.
Yeah. So the way I did it, I was living on the north side, and I took my bike out for an afternoon. I was just riding around, and then I went towards the lake, and there was this group of younger people with their surfboards and everything, and I was like, "What?" And so we got to talking, and they're like, "You want to use my suit and all this stuff?" I was like, "What? Don't get me started." But I didn't do it because it was cold.
Well, I don't get in that water because one time I saw some dead fish floating in the lake, and they had sores all over, and I was like,
"Oh no!"
It was crazy.
Yeah. No, for real, do that. You're gonna like that.
Yeah, I know.
Surfing is legit. I've gotten waves about. I'm about 6 feet tall, and the waves were probably 7 to 8 feet tall.
Sorry.
All good. I'm trying to tell you some good news, and
No, I heard
you
that.
just
No,
dipped
I
on me, so that's cool. Okay, moving on. I think it's time for. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, you know what would be dope? If Champion sponsored me and I got a surfboard that said Champion on it.
That would be
Girl,
I'm already thinking.
I don't know if Champion makes surfboards, but
Well, they're gonna make one for me.
oh,
There you go.
Okay.
They could sponsor. Just give put the logo on there.
Yeah.
Especially if you go to Hawaii, because there's a lot of dudes out there that make some dope ass surfboards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to buy one though.
right. She
Because I'm
understands.
coming back home. I'm coming back there. I'm not surfing on Lake Michigan. You can use my
She's like,
surfboard.
my book is not done yet. I can't. I'm not buying no damn surfboard.
If I lived there, I'd have 3 of them.
Yeah. Well, there's different styles too. There's the long boards and then the short boards. Completely different animal. It's like driving a Ferrari and driving one of them big ass old ass Cadillacs. So yeah, hang 10. You guys want to get into that one thing?
Yeah. Let's do it.
This or that, this or that, this or that, this or that.
Lady Champ,
Uh-oh.
this or that.
This.
Tostones or maduros?
Maduros.
Yeah, girl.
No, only because I'm half Dominican, right? When I went to New York, my family always wants to cook. They made me tostones every day. I came back. I still have not. I'm over it. I don't even want to look at them. But I love them too.
Yeah, nice.
All right, Lady Champ, this or that. Wild Style or Beat Street?
Beat Street. I love Beat Street. Especially, since all my dudes are in there, I'm just like, oh. So, and Baby Love, my girl, she's in my crew, Collective 7. She's in the documentary also.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Lady Champ,
All right.
this or that. Adidas or Nike?
Adidas all day.
Okay.
All
She's
day.
not even. You know how many punk ass people we have. Take it back. You guys are not punk ass people. I was just trying to make them funny. Some people get crazy, but you'd be like, "Hey, this thing over here or that thing over," and they're like, "Oh man, oh." Lady Champ was like, "I know me, right there, bow, right there, bow."
That's
Yeah.
over checks.
Risky kind of stole my thunder a little bit, but Breakin' or Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo.
None of the above. So I don't like them. I was texting my brother yesterday. He's like, "Oh, this song is from Breaking," and I was like, "Only nerds like Breaking," and he was all sad. He's like, I was like, "I'm just saying." Yeah.
Only nerds like breaking.
We'll have to tell Shabadoo about that when we interview him.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Cool.
Anyway.
Anyhow.
Carlos making the final.
I was gonna say,
I'm getting things ready.
Carlos is doing the final touches. So I will say, Lady Champ, thank you so much. We had a little technical glitch earlier, but we came through and we had a very nice conversation. So thank you for putting up with our craziness for a little while tonight.
It was awesome. Thank you for having me.
And we are about to pick up interviews again. So in the next week or two, that's actually one of the things we got to talk about this week is scheduling. So we will get you in.
Yep.
You're obviously not forgotten. You're somebody we know is around all the time. So we'll get that taken care of.
Real quick before we what's your favorite color?
Black, white, and red.
Ooh, cool.
He said color. I said colors. Why limit yourself, right?
Right. No, I just wanted.
You're just going with your personality. I don't
have to make too many changes.
Oh.
All right. You guys, okay, speak amongst yourselves. There's nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
All right.
Nothing to see
All
there.
right. So, Lady Champ, what is your online presence like? If people want to follow you, see what you're doing, or know when the book's coming out, where can they find that information at?
Instagram, Lady Champion. Snapchat, Lady Champ. Facebook, Lady Champ. What? Am I Lady Champ or Lady Champion? Lady Champ, right? Lady Champ.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Sure.
Hold on. Let me see. I think I'm Lady Champion or Lady Champ.
One of those.
Lady Champ.
Okay, there you go.
And you can find me at Humboldt Park on the third Monday of the month. In the
Boom.
morning. Get there.
Yes.
Help us.
Yeah. Reach out.
Yeah.
Please,
that time.
please send me that information too, if you can. I'd like to help promote that through Midway.
Awesome.
Righteous.
DJ Risky Business. Where can folks find you at?
Well, you can find me on them internets at DJ Risky Biz 1975 on Instagram and Twitter, and then Facebook is Chad Sorensen. But yeah.
And don't forget to find him at the gym too.
Oh, yeah, that's
you
right,
can
Papa.
find me
Someone get him some needle and thread because he is ripped.
Losing them
Oh,
weights.
God.
DJ Large shirt.
Look at all the fucking shit I deal with these pricks.
DJ Pax.
DJ, I just lost
the
beat.
beach.
Yeah.
Sean Doe, where can people?
DJ, where's the beach?
You can find me on them internets at DJ SEANDOE on Instagram, DJ SEANDOE on Twitters, and under my name, Rasan Sean Doe Hawkins on Facebook. And we have our video way back this year or this month on March 9th.
Yes.
Which we're doing a video tribute to Biggie Smalls. And, you know, we do 80s and 90s videos. So please come out to Emporium, Wicker Park. And me and Chad are going to do that. And we're going to be celebrating a couple of people's birthdays, like Ryan Brockmeyer and myself.
And mine.
And yours. Gang.
And yours? When is yours?
August.
Ah.
How dare you?
I mean,
He just sounded so
you.
excited. He just sounded so excited. I had to get in there.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
it's weird. We can't even hear you anymore. Oh, look what happened. Oh.
So yeah, come through March 9th, Emporium, Wicker Park.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, Carlos.
Oh, hi. You
You're
can
in
find
mid.
me.
You're in mid talk, so
No, I was waiting for you to say something, and I was gonna just like chime right in, but I was waiting for you. But hey, you can find me at coconutjustice.com, Coconut Justice everywhere else. And if you're on Instagram, instagram.com/coconutjustice, you're going to see this. What? Come on, son. Yeah,
So cute.
girl.
That's
It's
dope.
cute.
So
Look at
there
that.
you have it.
Uh,
There you have it. But you
Yeah,
have to
you got the
you have to
hoops
check
and
me out on
everything.
Instagram.
Boom.
What? What'd you say?
Wait,
book
what's
cover?
that?
What'd you say? Book cover? What?
Right?
Did you get the? Go back to it, Carlos. Did you get the hoops?
Yeah.
Did I get the hoops? Did I get the hoops?
You know you too well.
Get the hoops. Right.
I put the hoops. Not even. I didn't even care that she liked hoops. I put the hoops because I like hoops.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
put hoops because I like
That's
hoops.
There you go.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, girl.
Love it.
It's funny.
So now that we're gonna be friends on Facebook, when this is done, I'm gonna go ahead and send it over to you, and you can make pants like Shadow Master.
Shadow Master did make that.
Shadow Master is never going to live that down, nor should he actually. But Anyway, Carlos, where can people find your talented self at?
Like I said, coconutjustice.com, Coconut Justice everywhere else.
Okay, there you go.
But thank you for the second plug.
Well, anyway. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, 278 Media. The number is 278 and Media. And Midway, of course, is Midway Doc. Midway DOC across the board on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, website, all that kind of fun stuff. So shout out to Doug Infinite for providing us with our intro music. Shout out to Shure Microphones for providing us with some podcasting mics and our lavs for our interviews. And with that being said,
I saw Sean's reaction. I just sent y'all a text.
So anyway, not to
Champ,
interrupt the show. What, Sean, do you know next week's guest off the top of your head, or do I have to do it? Should I look?
Next week's guest should be Kevin Koval.
Okay.
So there
you go.
Yep.
Risky is something's wrong with that kid.
I know. I gotta say this. Hold on. Hold on. Champ, I'm gonna send you what I sent them.
Anyway. All right. That being said, this before this gets any more off the rails.
Yep.
Boom.
Lady Champ, thank you again for joining us. We'll be in touch soon about your official Midway interview. And folks, next week, Kevin Koval. And we'll be back. Vignettes starting tomorrow, and we got a few other things that are coming in the next few weeks. So stay tuned for that. Everybody, that's all I got.
That's it. See you guys next week.
Peace out.